Hey everybody, welcome back to JB Breaks Free. I hope you're having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in central New York, and I want to talk about how to perform the ultimate act of self-care. And this kind of deals a little bit about a topic I mentioned yesterday, I guess meditation and just kind of sitting and being. And I want to talk a little bit about that today. Before I do, I got out there and I side hustled. I made $50 in Instacart this morning, and I did a product tube that was actually $20. It took me about less than 5 minutes in the store, assuming it gets accepted. I want to do a product tube how-to/review, but I was kind of like halfway through that one, so I want to start one from the beginning, and I will do that. The most awkward part of product tube is actually talking to your phone in the store. It gets a little awkward, so I kind of try to sneak away a little bit. But back to the topic today, sitting with discomfort. How to perform the ultimate act of self-care, sitting with discomfort. And I want to talk a little bit about voluntary discomfort too. I think that's some next level stuff. But first I want to sit with involuntary discomfort, because we all have that and we all deal with it daily, and some of us deal with it in better ways than others. And I don't often sit enough, whether it's meditating or just counting your breath or trying for some nothingness or just kind of just being. And you can do this too without having to be in a chair, without having to be in your living room. You can do this in the middle of a noisy kitchen where I work, in a restaurant. You can do this in a grocery store. You can do this while you're walking. You can do this anywhere. You can retreat into yourself. And I want to talk a little bit about it because I was feeling some discomfort today, and I also wanted to sit. Like I mentioned, I want to spend more time meditating, whether it's a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes to start off. We don't have to do it for an hour. But sitting versus distractions versus resistance. I think there's pain, and then pain times resistance equals suffering. And I think it's the resistance that trips us up, because we're going to have pain. It's just a part of life. I think it's something natural. We're going to have different levels of physical pain, and we're going to have different levels of perceived pain. And like, think about a bad day at work, a fight with a partner or a friend. And then what do we do to solve those things? We have a drink after work to relax. At my restaurant that I work in, we get a shift drink after work. We get a beer, and I have not had one in many, 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 many years. But, that's a very typical thing in today's society, right? Have a drink to relax, to unwind. Cigarettes are a big one for me, that I think I'm stressed out. I think a cigarette's going to calm me down. Drugs are a big one. It's a distraction. You're digging yourself a hole, and you're checking out for a little while. Porn, video games, Netflix all day long. These are all short-term cures. And I think there's a better way, because it's those short-term cures that are going to worsen our problems and our perceived problems, and there might not even be any real problems, because we can be anxious right now, and perhaps you're going to be anxious today, or you were yesterday, and you might be in a couple minutes after this video. But are you really in danger? Think about some of the feelings that you have: a racing heart, fear, terror, anxiety. And I'm feeling some of those. Maybe it's my first day of work. You can feel that going into a social situation, and you can feel it right now. Like, I can feel some of those things right now, but I'm not in any danger right now. And what am I going to do to avoid, or not avoid, because that's the wrong term. What am I going to do to deal with those feelings and those emotions? Because avoidance is what we're trying not to do. Avoidance would be putting on Netflix and zoning out until work. Avoidance would be going to have a cig, ripping it right down, and taking a deep breath and feeling good, and then feeling bad 2 seconds later because you harmed your health, you wasted your money, and the issue is still at hand, and the cigarette's gone, and the money's gone, and your health is gone. But if we can sit, if we can meditate, and that can mean whatever you want it to mean, just breathing, counting your breaths, or just sitting and letting sometimes I think a meditation is no thoughts, and maybe that's enlightenment. But the space in between your thoughts, I think, is enlightenment. But if we can just sit and feel the emotions that are in us and recognize the emotions, and if we sit, we can train ourselves not to make those impulsive moves like, oh my God, I need a drink. Oh my God, I need a cig so bad right now. I got something really bad happened. I got in a bad fight. Work was awful. My boss got after me. I can't wait to get home and just zone out and not do anything productive. And eating is a big one for me. I get out of work and, haven't eaten since lunch, and I'll emotionally eat, and it's not even after a bad day in my job, and we all have stressful jobs. Like, you just kind of want to unwind a little bit, and I'll just pound bad food, and that's another emotional eating. But if we could just sit with our discomforts. I've been craving sweets. I've been craving cigs. I've been having some anxiety. We have an 18 top at the restaurant tonight. And I'm just going to split it with the other server, and we're going to take 9 people each, and we're just going to crush it out, and it's going to be no big deal. But again, I'm feeling those emotions. Craving sweets, craving cigs, craving to not be anxious. But I have to know they will pass, and I don't want to avoid them by eating or smoking or having a drink after work or wasting my time all day watching videos. I want to get out there and side hustle, and I want to make some proper steps. And with practice, we can sit and we can learn not to make the impulsive moves. And it does take practice, but it's healthier than avoidance. And it might suck initially. We can't be happy 24/7. Pain is inevitable, some sort of pain. But resistance to that can be changed. We can delay our gratifications, and that's a huge thing about breaking free, is delayed gratifications. And impermanence. Impermanence, we don't need to buy things. We don't need to jump on something in the moment, whether it's because all these things are gonna, drinking, cigs, drugs, porn, video games, overeating, that's all keeping us down. It's not helping us break free. Another way to break free from your feelings is don't even judge them. Sometimes I wonder, judge less. Does it mean judging people less? Judging me less? Judging you less? Judging whoever? No, I think you can judge less. Perhaps you're judging your feelings. These feelings suck. The Sunday scaries, the Monday scaries. Being hungry sucks. Craving nicotine sucks. But feeling anxious for no reason. Oh, I feel down today. Why do I feel down? But we don't have to judge those things as good or bad. We can just let them be. They don't have to be good or bad. Just like a rainy day doesn't have to be good or bad, or anything outside of your control doesn't have to be good or bad. It's our perception of it. And if we can sit with our feelings, not judge them, we can slow down our impulses and make us healthier and in the long term happier, because everything is going to pass, everything. And knowing that we should seize the day as much as we can, memento mori, and retreat into yourself. And you can do this a few times a day. Do an internal check. How am I feeling? What am I feeling? Stay with that feeling. What are the sensations? Is it in the back of your neck? Is it in your head? Is it in your stomach, your chest? Label the sensations. Is it anxiety, guilt, fear, shame, imposter syndrome? And sometimes they're happy feelings, excitement, gratitude, and I think love. I think those are all, but we don't have to judge them. They can just be. You can just breathe into it. Pain is going to happen. But it's our resistance to that causes suffering, and attachment causes suffering, our attachment to how things we think they should be. So discard anxiety, discard attachment, because they are in your control. Sit with the feelings that you have today for a minute, for 3 minutes, for 5 minutes. Notice them and move on. And you know what? Maybe it won't work today, but then do it tomorrow, and do it the next day, and do it the next day. And we can start to slow down our impulses, recognize feelings for what they are, and understand that whatever we're feeling right now that we have to escape from is going to pass. And when it does pass, we'll be healthier and freer for it. Break free by embracing it. Become callous to it. Discomfort. Sit with the discomfort. Don't let the discomfort drag you this way and that. Sit with it, accept it, and then let it go. Break free.